Guys, it's me, Pearl Jr., with a very important message to Michael Jackson fans. I, Pearl Jr., a completely independent investigative journalist, do what I do for Michael Jackson to free him from civil and criminal liabilities for faking his death. To learn these details, see the proof, analyze the evidence, and be shocked at the abundance of clues from Michael Jackson himself and Jackson family members, including Prince and Paris, please watch my Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson documentaries, which is 5-star rated by verified purchasers from Amazon.com. Or you can watch on your device worldwide on Vimeo.com. Now, since the release of my last Alive documentary on January 15, 2017, I have enough information to produce an Alive 4, but not sure when I'll have the opportunity to produce it. My company, Elbow Grease Productions, are also in the final stages of our short film pilot called Prisoner of Fame, which will further enhance MJ's image, even though we don't use the name Michael Jackson. One day, if Michael Jackson ever decides to come back to the public view, MJ will be able to say he was available, even made his phone number public, and there is a licensed media company reporting about who he is, where he has been, and showing proof that he faked his death. Everyone is free to believe what they want to believe, and disagreements are okay. But to harass, harm, threaten, stalk, troll, create a gang of vigilantes against someone for their beliefs is against the law. So be careful, because just as there are freedoms of religion, there is also freedom of thought, beliefs, and speech, as long as that speech is not creating a dangerous, harmful atmosphere. Everyone doesn't have to believe the same thing as I do. The USA is a democracy, and we all have those freedoms. Some fans believe that Michael Jackson is someone else. Believes that someone else is Michael Jackson. But I don't agree with them. But I don't go around making it my life's mission to bring this person down. Before June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson would also deny he was Michael Jackson when he answered his phone and didn't want that particular person to know who he is. Therefore, he simply continued his same way of life as he did before the death hoax. It's up to everyone to do their own investigating. By me reporting on all aspects of this death hoax, Michael Jackson does not violate any FCC rules in regards to hoaxes. If one licensed media company, me, reports and exposes the facts of this hoax, anyone else can do the same, which satisfies FCC rules and regulations. Please watch my documentaries to learn more. There was even an article published on June 25, 2009 stating Michael Jackson faked his own death. It was on World Weekly News, and it was published online on June 25, 2009, the same day he was announced dead. There are other connections to this that connect to the Michael album, which is controlled by the estate, and so much more. It's so fun. I have learned this hoax is a work of legal maneuvers, loopholes, and sheer genius. I also have done all that I can to tell the world by contacting hundreds of media outlets dozens of times that Michael Jackson is alive and online daily. By doing this, the fault is then transferred away from Michael Jackson to being the fault of the media at large for not telling the public at large that Michael Jackson's death is an elaborate hoax that he has planned for well over a decade, and the living dead has been a part of his psyche since the days of the Thriller video that featured zombies and werewolves, and he later stayed with this theme by producing another short film about ghosts, which are all forms of the living dead. I have also contacted the FCC to urge them to help get the word out, but they refused in writing to assist in telling the world that Michael Jackson's death is a mere hoax. I have all this and more in writing from several agencies, some in the form of their answers to my Freedom of Information Act request. I have also contacted the LA Coroner, the Los Angeles District Attorney, the Department of Motor Vehicles, and produced and released 3 documentaries, a 115,000-word e-movie book, and have thousands of posts across several social media outlets doing my very best telling the world that Michael Jackson is alive and well. I am freeing Michael Jackson from any liability because MJ is available and I'm telling the world about it. It's not against the law to use an alias on non-official documents or to use aliases online as long as it is not harming someone else's business, reputation, or putting them in harm's way. Nor is it against the law to fake your death and disappear. Therefore, hoaxes, like magicians, are not against the law either, but one may not break the law in the commission of faking their death. And Michael Jackson has not broken any laws by faking his death. Side note, we are still awaiting the judge's verdict in the Michael Jackson estate versus the IRS case, which is about a death tax, which is an estate tax. Since day one of the MJ death announcement, mind you, Michael Jackson's brother announced Michael Jackson dead, not any doctor at UCLA Medical Center. And even before the death announcement, there's been proof Michael Jackson faked his death. And in my investigative work, I have documented it all for the world to see. I don't put any trust in anyone's words without proof, because the Jackson family has been saying Michael Jackson is dead since June 25th, 2009, and there's absolutely nothing to prove that Michael Jackson is dead. I am Michael Joe Jackson's death hoax historian and his outlet to tell the truth. I am not hired by Michael Jackson or anyone affiliated with the King of Pop. I am a completely independent licensed media outlet. Michael Jackson has always used aliases and disguises before the death hoax began. Henceforth, MJ did not change his particular way of life due to this death hoax. MJ still sings, dances, and releases music and music videos even during this hoax time. None of his money-making ventures ever stated or implied, "Buy this because I'm dead." Even in This Is It, there is no 1958 to 2009. Michael Jackson even had an immortal, which means never dying, Circus du Soleil show, wink, wink, nod, nod, and the monument in front of the Gary, Indiana family home has been taken down since last fall when Janet Jackson visited that family home. Even in the Dr. Conrad Murray case, it was not Michael Jackson who decided to accuse and charge Murray with manslaughter. It was the decision of the LA District Attorney's Office, who has refused to confirm the dead body is Michael Joe Jackson's in the verdict and in writing to me just this year. I also have Katherine Jackson's attorney, Brian Panish, admitting on camera he knows all about my Hoaxster website. So again, I have Michael Jackson's mother back in case Panish wants to charge them for misrepresentation in the Katherine Jackson versus AEG live trial, because he knew there was evidence of a Michael Jackson death hoax during that trial. There is a very important reason for this trial that I'd rather not expose at this time, and other tidbits of information that may be included in a live for that will surely knock your socks off. Of course, these are just bullet points that are explained in detail in my investigative report called A Live Trilogy of Michael Jackson Documentaries. That is a 3-disc box set containing 254 minutes of jam-packed OMG, oh my God, information that will blow your mind. Last note, but I'm not sure it's the last one. In reality, there are about 10 huge conglomerated media internet companies who have hundreds of outlets who control 90% of what Americans see, hear, and read. So I've reached each one of these 10 corporations several times in several ways, but with the exception of Russian TV and Brazilian TV and a blurb here and there, this hoax has been ignored even by TMZ. It has also been ridiculed by Roger Freeman and Diane Dimond, to name a few high-profile reporters who are known to have often, sometimes falsely, reported on Michael Jackson, but powerful media outlets often give them the right to comment on all things Michael Jackson as if they are some type of expert. Since Michael Jackson's 2005 trial, I have been Michael Jackson's back. I just hope he will have mine when the time is right for a comeback. I produced the documentary about Michael Jackson's innocence called Michael Jackson: The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop, which was distributed by Warner Brothers. Also, the first Alive was also distributed on Netflix from 2011 to 2013. Now, you are free to come back now, Michael. I got you. One last thing. I've been reporting on this hoax clues. I've been reporting on death hoax clues left by Jackson family members for years, and there's an abundance of clues. Check out the latest one. There's one thing in this world that I have been putting in every DVD order of a live trilogy of Michael Jackson docs, and it's a butterfly or several butterflies. Butterflies are symbolic for a new beginning. So, in reference to Michael Jackson and this death hoax, it's supposed to be a way for him to start anew. Let's examine the definition to metamorphosis, because a caterpillar uses metamorphosis to turn into a butterfly. Metamorphosis, the process of transformation from an immature form to an adult form, or a change of the form or nature of a thing or person into a completely different one. And that's what Michael Jackson has done during this death hoax. And guess who wore a butterfly recently? It was Katherine Jackson, shown here in a picture with Paris Jackson. So I thank Katherine and Paris for posing in this picture with Katherine wearing a butterfly necklace. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Evidence proves Michael Jackson was going to fake his death during the Invincible album era, but the Twin Towers got hit by terrorists, so he postponed. On the Invincible album, there are death hoax clues either on the album itself and or in many songs and lyrics, particularly the song Butterflies. Watch this. And there was a message supposedly, oops, I'm going to delete that. I'm not going to go into that, okay? I'm not going to go into that. I decided to take that out. P.S. Michael, I told you about something very important during a phone conversation, and I hope you have taken my advice to give it back. Better safe than sorry. So that's my very important message, guys. I have been on a mission to record, to keep track of, to be an expert in this Michael Jackson death hoax saga. If you are someone that's new to watching my death hoax videos, or you are someone who has not watched all 3 of my documentaries, or you are someone who is just skimming information, please know that there is a reason for everything. There is a reason for everything. And this is Pearl Jr. signing out. Keep Michaeling.